Hello, warriors. Hello, village. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I cannot believe that we are on the tail end of ending our official time together. It's kind of sad, but also very exciting for you. I am coming before you because I was asked a question and I wanted to, instead of just like typing the answer and posting it in the groups, I kind of wanted to give you a little bit more insight as to how and why I'm answering it this way. So basically, the question was, hey, Lynette, can you give us some tips or advice about children's nutrition or what to give our kids when they go to school and eat? So that's the question I'm going to answer. So, first, for reference, in case you do or don't know, our children are 3 and 4. They are 20 months apart. Skylar will be 5 on September 1st, and Zion Z, our baby, just turned 3 in May. So, Zion and Skylar both stayed at home with me. Skylar until she was 4, and she went to school last year. So, the 2022 school year was her first her first time going to school. She was in pre-K from 8 to 2. So it was pretty much basically like a half day, but a little more than half a day, meaning she needed a meal while she was there. Zion still stays at home with me and she will do the same. She'll stay at home until she's 4 and then she'll go to school. So I've had the opportunity to kind of really learn their food patterns, learn what time to feed them, learn when they're most optimized. And my first point will be, if you haven't done that already, to try to figure that out. So just like us, just how we learn to eat in the village, how we eat within an hour of waking up and eat every 3 to 4 hours after that, we do the same thing for the kids. The kids wake up usually about 5:45. As soon as they wake up, they have their breakfast. When they go to school, they're a little bit out. Well, Skylar is a little bit outside that window. So she'll have her breakfast by like 6:45, 7 at the latest. And then she'll eat lunch about 10:30 or 11. So it's almost in that window. I can't tell the school when to feed them, but I try to feed her as close to within the hour of waking up as well as until she gets out the door to kind of bridge that gap. Because I have noticed when she's at home on the weekends and we have a little bit more flexibility in our schedule, or she has a late start, meaning that she doesn't go at 8, she goes at 9. I can kind of tell when her blood sugar level gets kind of unstable. She'll be kind of snacky or anything like that. So anyway, so the first thing I would say is to try to position the timing, if possible, to be within that 3 to 4 hour time frame. That works very well for us. The second thing is, just like we eat, we balance all of their meals. So they're a little bit more carb heavy, obviously, because they're kids. So in the summer months, we like to do more fruit, more fresh things, versus the winter months. We're a little bit heavier on the lentils and they don't eat starchy carbs like potatoes or carrots or anything like that. But they used to eat sweet potatoes, but they kind of phased out of that as they were kind of growing up. And so once they phase out of something, we just let them phase out of it. So second tip would be to kind of find out what your child likes. If you can or are in a position to prepare what they like, prepare what they like to your cooking style. So just because Skylar and Zion like mommy sweet potatoes, that doesn't mean that we'll go out to a restaurant and they'll like sweet potatoes, because they won't like it. So a thing that has made us super successful is preparing the foods that they really like, that we know that's good for them based on their developmental stage, and adhering to that until they phase out into something else. So depending on how old your child is, that could be super helpful. So first thing is to time the meals as best you can. Second thing is to feed them whole, quality, dense food, just like we've learned to eat in the 40-day turn up, obviously, as an extension of the journey as well. Plant-based. So we always have a vegetable with every single meal. So again, they don't eat starchy vegetables. Not anymore. Now that they've gotten a little bit older. When they were younger, of course, they did the sweet potatoes, and they haven't had corn, but some of the beefier, starchier carbohydrates, they used to do gluten-free pasta, but we kind of phased that out. So as they phase stuff out, we just kind of roll with them. But we have noticed that the more alike, like we literally could have the same plate. Like all of us could, like you would look at a plate, and because it's in a portion control plate, which is my next point, you would know that it's a kid's and not ours as adults. So another thing that I would recommend if your child is in school or away from you for an extended amount of the day, get a bento box. So this has Skylar's name on it. It says Skylar Williams. But her school has, they have a great lunch. They have a salad bar. They have, it was, rigatoni and stroganoff, like all of these like really fancy meals, right? We just don't think that at a pre-K or kindergarten age, portion control is not all the way there, as well as some of the best choices, because you're with your friends, right? So you only have a certain amount of time to eat. So you're kind of like, oh, I want crackers and goldfish and, all this other stuff too. So, we have been awarded the opportunity to send Skylar's lunch with her. And if at all possible, talk to the nurse if there is a nurse at your school, if there is whoever is in charge of agreeing or approving said request, to see if that is possible. Say, hey, my child has some dietary restrictions and I need to send a specific menu with them every day. Most oftentimes they will agree to it or work with you to actually make that happen. So this is a bento box. I love these. This is her brand new one. I got her a brand new one for the new school year, because the one that we had last year is just so loved. But this is a bento box. I love it because it's portion control. So this is a cup. This space right here is a cup. This is a half a cup, and each of these are a third of a cup. So depending on what's in season, what I have, what I've purchased from the grocery store, what is left over from, my meal prep or whatever, that's how I base this. Usually I put a banana right here. Obviously you guys are not eating bananas, but the kids can. So I put a banana here. Here is most oftentimes half salad, half protein. So I'll do like a salad with cucumbers and tomatoes. She likes cucumbers and tomatoes. And then I'll put the protein over here. Here is usually, if I have room, I'll put avocado up here. If not, avocado, which is a nice healthy fat, is here. And then here would be some other type of fruit. So she will have fruit, but protein and carb in the salad, and protein with the chicken. Most oftentimes it's chicken. Sometimes if we're really fancy, she can have salmon, and then avocado. So that is her lunch. But the best part of this box is this part. So let me show you. So this part sits in here like this, and then this part sits in here like that. But the best part about this is you freeze it. So I love this because I put it after I was going to say shampoo it. After I clean it at night, I put this in the freezer. So when I wake up in the morning and I'm preparing her lunch stays cool throughout the whole day. So I love this because whatever she has, if it's a hot day, she was in camp this entire summer from 8 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. every single day. This thing was like room temperature, barely room temperature by the time she got home. So it lasts all day. It was in her book bag. There's no special like separate case. It's just in here. So I love this. And the last thing I would say is, don't allow the lack of convenience. Like, yeah, it does take some more time. I mean, it does. I'm not going to, sugarcoat that. It takes more time to prepare meals and to portion control them and to, make certain that, the things are as balanced as possible, but it is absolutely worth it. So I gave you like kind of what she eats. Again, for reference, banana always goes here, and I chop it up into, like 7 or 8 like little like little circles, because they think they're eating more. So it's just about the mental thing, right? So I'll cut up a banana into like 7 or 8 slices and put that all right here. And then avocado. Here would be some type of fruit, sometimes like a half of an orange, watermelon when it's in season, seeded watermelon, they love that. And then here would be like a salad with some veggies. and protein, which is most oftentimes chicken. What I love to do, what another good idea is as far as meals are concerned with kids, is you can bulk meal prep. Like hypothetically, if you love chicken thighs, you all may not know this, but I absolutely love air fried chicken thighs. I eat them every day. But what you can do is you can prepare them different ways, right? So you can have them hot. You can cut them in slices, or cube them and put them into a, um, a salad, or put them on top. What I love to do is just get like some raw kale. I know, you all may be like, I'm not eating raw kale, but raw kale is fantastic. You can even flash, I was going to say flash fry, but blanch. You can blanch it in some hot water, let it cool off just so it can kind of get some of that bitter taste out. You can get some of that really big bib lettuce, which is super awesome. And you can put the chicken inside the bib lettuce with, whatever accoutrements or whatever toppings you like, so that they can roll it up and bite it. Again, depending on how old they are. Skylar wouldn't necessarily be able to do that as of yet, but I think she's getting to the age where she wouldn't be able to make it herself, but she could like roll it up and like bite it herself if it was already made. Some other suggestions are just to keep it simple. Like kids really don't, at least at 3 and 4 that we can personally vouch for, they don't really like complicated stuff. If it's too complicated, if it got too many ingredients in it, they really don't want to look at it. They pick it apart. They don't want to try it. So even if you have that chicken, you can actually cool it off and make like a chicken salad, which is really, really yummy. Some of those same cucumbers, celery, they love a good crunch. We've had this before. Celery, cucumbers, non-fat Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. Mix it all up and it's amazing. They can have it just like that. What's something else that we've done? Hummus. So Skylar loves chickpeas, so I just make hummus out of the chickpeas. So I'm not buying all these ingredients for all these like recipes. I'm just taking the things that she likes to eat and just transforming them in a different way. Going back to chicken, because I love chicken thighs. I have shred them in like almost like not fajita, but like pulled chicken. You imagine pulled pork, right? So the consistency of like that pulled pork, but it's chicken, and those little shreds, they love that because they love, picking it up and biting it and, things like that. So they can texturally, they really like the difference, even though it's the same chicken that they've been eating all week, because it's in a different form. They really like it. So that could be something super cool. A lot of something that's really cool is if you take a cucumber, or you can take a cucumber or zucchini, and you can kind of gut out the middle, and you can add stuff in the middle. And it may not be, you couldn't do the hot for the meal to go, which is in something like this, but you can make a cool cucumber chicken boat. So you could do like the cheese, the cubed chicken with the gutted out cucumber, and they can bite it like that. So I mean, I could literally talk to you guys all day about different ideas and kind of brainstorming, but keep it simple. Try to find something that they can take with them that'll keep their food cool, because there's nothing worse than having like a great lunch and then it's like hot by the time you eat it. You're like, I would rather pass on that. So hopefully this has been insightful, helpful, and if not, then sorry, but I tried my best. Okay guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.